This is day 405 of Zohar Pshat, and we're at Daf Mem Ches and Rav, the seventh line down. And we're going back to Shedim now. These damaged creatures, Inu Me'elu Tata, they're from above and from below. They have aspects from above and below, and therefore they're not completely. They're kind of lost, I guess, because they can't. The kind of human beings that they're from above and below, but they don't have the tools that human beings have. They can't join up above and can't join below. We're going to see more about it in a moment. And these are those concerning whom it says, though I don't think it's Pshat in the Chumash at all, but we're not going to Pshat here. Asher Balim Chim Lasos. They're in an ongoing permanent state of being made because they're never completed, because they're always in this state of incompletion. They were not completed, not on high, not below. If you're going to say that, well, they're spirits, why aren't they high? They should be like malachim. Says no, since they're not completely perfected below, meaning they weren't given all the tools which human beings can below. They're not completely, and they didn't perfect themselves like human beings to perfect themselves, presumably after and go after death on high. They're not able to do that, and therefore Loshim Eila. So they only do have free will, and they can actually do things, and they're like humans in that respect, but they can't fully complete their mission and purpose, and therefore they're always in this suspended state. So they all come from the left. In other words, they come from the din. And they're hidden from human beings. And they stand opposite human beings to do negative things to them. And obviously that's the point is that they stand as potential troublemakers. They have three aspects in which they're like malachim, three aspects in which they're like human beings. The Sulam brings it down from Chagigot after Zayin. They have wings, and they can fly from one end of the world to the other, and they know the future, like malachim. And they can eat and drink, not what we eat and drink. And they're part of a rava, they procreate, not like we procreate, and they die, like human beings. So it's not clear what happens to them after they die. Presumably, since they have neshamas, they go somewhere positive. But again, it's not clear how they're masaking themselves, as the Zohar here is grappling with. So I really, the Zohar here is Megal Tefon Chazit Tifchaim. It's revealing a little, very little, and it's concealing very a lot. Vokmua beside this Brio Ruchin, and we sustained the statement that they have this status which is in between. Ishtaru inun ruchin besaru chayed and nukva tutuma rabba. There's the different gears of the time where they're hidden, but according to the gears in front of them, they remained behind the mill of the feminine in the great depth. So, evidently the millstone is what grinds out the food, the flour, and human beings are part of the millstone. Human beings have rechaim b'tzavaro. They have millstones on their necks. So the idea is that human beings are part of the process which grinds out food to the world, which grinds out the shefa. And evidently the Shedim are behind the millstone with its hole, which obviously represents the millstone down below, right, which is the nukva, and through its Torah mitzvahs brings about the shefa from above. They're not part of that system. They're behind that system. They're outside that system. They're besar rechai the nukva d'taim rabba. So, but they remain there forever. It's a very tragic existence to be a shade. I don't know exactly what the purpose of it is, except to be a mischief maker. But they know better. It's a pella. It's very strange. I really understand it. But obviously, this is giving us our perspective as human beings on Shedim. Masya Kush Baruch Hu has some master plan for them for their own benefit, which we can't perceive. But it's outside of our system. That's B'sarei Chai Nukva Tomer Rabbah. Of the depth below, where we are, where we're functioning, they're not part of that. Lately, the Shabbos of Yom, the Shabbos, the Friday night and Shabbos day, came in. They're there, and they're dormant, and they remain there. B'sarei Chaya Nukva Tomer Rabbah, and came the Kedusha of the Yoma. Once the Kedusha of Shabbos goes out, Lo Yishtalimu, and they were not perfected. I think we're talking about the first Shabbos. They were not perfected the first Shabbos because they created Ben Hashmoshos and not created with this perfection. So then, they're outside the system. They, and I guess B'sarei Chai Nukva Tomer Rabbah also perhaps talk about the first Shabbos, although it seems they remain out there permanently. But Nafkal Amma. They go out to the world. The Pshat and Chol they fly in all directions. Uvaya Amma Lis Nantara Minayu. And the world has to be careful from them. The Kedain Co-Star Smola, because when they come out, all the left side, which is potentially damaging, Tinim and Puranus, Isar is aroused. Ve'eshu the Gehenim Milata, and the fire Gehenim is a flame. It's extinguished during Shabbos, right? But after Shabbos, it's ignited again. And then that fire Gehenim infuses somehow the Shedim. And all those on the left, they go out and they fly to the world. And they want to take on bodies. Again, I know Kush Baruch created them this way. Created them in this middle state where they have no bodies, and they can't take on bodies. So there's the idea of a dibuk. Not that it's actually talking about Shedim. It's probably talking about generally the neshamos of people who are being punished. But in any event, they too want to take on bodies. They can't. But I'm not sure if they can, in which case they do become a dibuk, or they can't. It's just something which they would love to do. But in any event, you have to be careful of them. And we have the shir b'goyim v'hi noam Yoshe b'Yisrael Yon. B'chol shayit, which is same with Shabbos Emily, because the Shedim have this capacity to come back. B'chol shayit tchilu dilhon shar ba'am. We said any time when their fear comes back, when they spread it in the world. Tochaze, come see. So when Shabbos begins, Sukkah Shalom Shara. That's the opposite. There's a Sukkah peace. They're gone. These priests ba'alma, it spreads in the world. Man Sukkah Shalom, Matzah Shalom, Do Shabsa. Choruchim v'Ilulin v'Shedin, all the Ruchin, Ilulin, and Shedim. I don't know what Ilulin are. Chos each other Masava, all any side which is the negative from Tuma. Kulu Tmirin, they're all hidden. Va'alim be'ena d'rechaya d'nukva Tom Rabba, and they go hide in that millstone for out of the millstone, which is the place which we remember we said they're outside the system. I guess on Shabbos they can't. They are in a way which actually is they're not capable of inflicting any harm. He says here ruach sa'aros. Okay. Anyway, we'll stop here for today. Okay, with it tomorrow. We have to